This is a Spanish Armed Forces Individual Emergency Ration. It's issued only during deployment. This 15-ounce or 425-gram survival ration contains 1,122 calories. It's designed to sustain an individual for 24 hours in a scenario where a soldier may be stranded or cut off from resupply. It's issued to all soldiers, including pilots, paratroopers, and special forces. This one was produced 2015, expires December 2017. It has a 2-year shelf life, approximately. So let's check it out. That had a nice little hiss to it. It's in this metal container with a plastic lid. It's waterproof, packed by JOMIPSA. They make their standard individual combat rations as well. So right off the bat, we've got a contents list that's in French, English, and Spanish. So here's some basic instructions. So first off, we have a cola flavored Isotonic and vitamin energy gel. And this is a pack of instant bouillon or beef broth. A 10-gram packet of sugar. A 2-gram packet of instant coffee. And here's a pack of hard candies. Feels like you get maybe 5 or 6 of them. This is a 20-gram Almond Nougat bar. This is a chocolate vanilla protein bar with vitamins and minerals. 2 energy bars, also with vitamins. And this is a chocolate bar with almonds. Here's 2 packs of water purification tablets, 2 in each, and each tablet treats 1 liter of water. Got a pack of matches, 2 S-bit fuel tablets, and here's a handle that hooks onto the side of your can here, and you can use this to heat water for your bouillon and your coffee. Boil and purify water. You could also use it for cooking as well. So there's everything. Looking pretty good. Alright, so let's get this out onto a tray. Nice, okay, so we're going to first start off by using a fuel tablet to heat up some water for this beef broth. This ration does not come with its own little S-bit stove. We're just going to bring on a standard Spanish ration stove. We're going to heat some water up. Alright, so how lit is that? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's lit. This metal container, it holds approximately 1/2 liter of water. Well, that's heating up. I got some preheated water so we can skip the process for this coffee. That's a very bold coffee scent. 2-gram pack, probably perfect for 6 ounces. It's a somewhat fine looking granule. Okay, and then you get 5 hard candies, 2 red, 2 green, 1 yellow. So probably just some generic fruit candies. And then these energy bars. That smells like almonds and milk chocolate. You get 2 of those. That's almost the bulk of your calories right there. So then this protein bar with vitamins and minerals. Calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc. It's not 100% of your daily value of each, but it's a nice supplementation. That coupled with these two bars and potentially other components, you're probably getting 100%. It's also coated in chocolate. The Almond Nougat bar. Look at that thing. That's not paper or anything, that just kind of keeps it together. It's like an edible rice paper or what have you. And then the milk chocolate with almonds. Just ever so slight surface bloom or fat separation. It's a nice looking dense chocolate bar. So there it is, except for the isotonic gel. And of course we'll be checking out that bouillon when it's ready, or beef broth. An excellent addition to this ration. No other savory components, something like that. When you're starving, lost a lot of your sodium content, on the move, it's most refreshing. So then this cola flavored isotonic energy gel with vitamins. B complex and 90% of your vitamin C. Let's check this out. That just looks like cola syrup. Smells like cola syrup. You just mix it with some carbonated water and you'd have Coca-Cola here. That is so strong. Whoa. It tastes like concentrated Coca-Cola without carbonation. It's probably one of the more unusual things I've tasted in a ration. Slightly watery gel. That's a very strong and almost overpowering flavor of cola. It's stimulating, and if you're on the go, something like that, quick absorption carbohydrates, and when you're fatigued, that's going to be a lifesaver. It's a brilliant component for a survival ration. So then let's check out this coffee. Nice and hot. That's exceptional coffee. Never had Spanish ration coffee with sugar before. That's the only time I've ever seen a sugar packet in a Spanish ration. The sugar actually doesn't do a lot for the coffee itself. It's better without it, but to bolster the calorie content and to give you that little extra boost of energy you're going to need, it's a welcome addition. This coffee's moderately bitter and acidic. It's kind of strong. It'd probably work with 8, maybe even 10 ounces, just depending on your taste. But if you mixed it with 3 or 4, it'd be a lot like an espresso. So let's check out this chocolate protein bar. That's a very chewy protein bar with a slightly granular center, almost as if it has sugar that's not fully blended. Also has a flavor of almond, like an almond extract. The protein is like a milk protein, and that's actually really good. Again, a very welcome addition to the ration. Keep you from going into a catabolic state. You gotta have your protein. This survival ration, like most others, has a very low protein content. This is the majority of your protein right here. It probably has anywhere between 8 to maximum 12% protein in the calorie content of this ration. And that is because protein requires more water to assimilate and process. And in a survival situation, you're on the go, you mostly need fats and carbohydrates. But still, this is a really good quality protein bar. We're going to follow it up with the standard energy bar with vitamins. It looks virtually identical, maybe a little bit thicker, and the appearance of the filling is a little bit more fluffy. And it is. It's like biting into a condensed marshmallow bar or something. It tastes like marshmallow, like almond flavored marshmallow. Again, almond. It seems to be the theme of flavors in the majority of these components. The chocolate, slightly waxy. It's a fairly thin layer of chocolate. This is very sweet, very high in sugar. The texture and consistency is very whipped. This one's sweeter than the protein bar. The protein bar, I would say, is just a little bit more palatable because this one, the energy bar, is just a little bit too sweet. But that's just because they are bolstering the calorie content with extra carbohydrates. And that's practical, that makes sense. So then the Almond Nougat bar. Trying this after that energy bar, this is not very sweet at all. And almond flavor again. I mean, the theme of this ration is almond. Well, hopefully you don't mind almonds if you are going to be surviving off this ration. It's a nice, crunchy, and wholesome kind of snack right here. So let's check out this milk chocolate almond bar. This thing is really dense. That's a moderately sweetened milk chocolate bar with an almond flavor that's almost overpowering. It also seems like a heat-resistant tropical chocolate designed to withstand tropical temperatures, which is something that every chocolate in a ration should have. It kind of takes away from the flavor, but it's a lot more practical and it won't melt in your hand. That coffee is amazing. Even with the sugar kind of throws off the balance of flavor. It's best on its own, but the sugar, again, it bolsters the calorie content and really it makes sense for a survival ration. The high sugar content in these energy bars, you get 100 grams of what I would guess at least half of it is sugar. Energy bar with some vitamins. Actually, because everything tastes like almond, it's slightly off-putting and it makes me want to eat everything slower, and it seems so redundant that you would want to stretch it over the course of a day. It would prevent you from wanting to eat through your entire ration too quickly. I would assume that'd be the purpose. Making the ration almost not overly palatable, because I mean if you were issued one of these things, you might know about it being a tasty little snack, so you dig in before actually being in a situation where you really need it. Or if you did need it, you wouldn't be eating everything in a sitting, because if everything tasted different, it would be less redundant and more fun to eat, and because of that you would definitely end up eating more per sitting than you really should. This is the kind of thing you want to have one component at a time, maybe max two. This cola energy gel, that's incredible. It's so strong, sweet, and stimulating that it wakes you up, and I don't even think there's any caffeine in it. There might be. No, there's not. A lot of B vitamins, that'll give you energy right there in the natural way. That is a genius component, and something I'd like to see in more survival rations, because that's practical. That's nicely heated up and it's not too hot, which is perfect. Alright, so let's add the beef broth. Look at that. Yeah, after all that sweet stuff, this is amazing. I don't know if it's just contrast or what, but this is my favorite component in here. Maybe I just needed something savory. Say you're in a situation, you're stressed out, you're cut off from normal supply, and you need something that tastes like real food. This is like gold. I'm almost drinking it too fast. It doesn't taste strange getting heated up in that tin. Oh yeah, the bottom of this thing is nice and gnarly. I don't know if nice and gnarly really should go in the same sentence, but I just did it. This is probably one of the most advanced and well-made emergency rations that I've come across yet. A little bit high in sugar content and that flavor of almond and everything. It's not a ration that tastes all that great in the sense of eating one component after the other like a meal. It's not like that. I got this ration from a guy named Carlos off MRE Info. Now he's the dude that supplies all the Spanish rations to the retailers here in the US, like MRE Mountain. He should be getting some of these, I believe. I'm almost certain. I want to link Carlos's YouTube channel. I think he just started one up not that long ago. Super cool guy. I was really happy to deal with him direct. He works with Ice-T off MRE Info, another good friend of mine. He lives in Germany. That fella hooks people up with rations. See, that's the great thing about MRE Info. You get in touch with international folks and you make trades. Yeah. So there's the bottom after getting cooked up. I'll wash that up. That container, clean it up, and it has a lot of utility to it. This thing is useful. You could pack this in your rucksack going out on a camping trip or an adventure and refill it with food or survival items. It could be a first aid kit, the hard candies. That's a really strong and tart lime candy that didn't taste overly artificial. Oh wow, I did not expect that. These hard candies, they're delectable. Let's put that to the side or I'll just be standing here all day. But that has a nice natural lemon oil essence undertone to the flavor. It's not tasting overly artificial by any means. And then the red, we'll find out if this is cherry. Yes, it's cherry. Oh, okay. I guess I spoke too soon. This is the one that if I was in with some other guys, I'd be finding out who likes cherry. I'm going back to lemon. That's my favorite. The cherry tastes very artificial, and just if I were working for JOMIPSA, I'd get rid of the cherry, replace it with like an orange or something else. This protein bar, go back to this. I have to say, the protein bar, much more enjoyable than this energy bar. This though, I mean, if you were starving, this would be like heaven on earth being able to eat this, and opposed to having nothing all day. But it's definitely not something that you want to eat too fast. It's just too strong of that actual almond flavor. I'm gonna save these. It was easy enough to eat it all in a sitting, which is definitely not the way you're supposed to do it. You span those components out throughout the day, maybe 2 days if you're really in a bind. I know the energy that it provides is going to be exceptional, and that's important right there. Lots of vitamins and minerals enriched in everything. This ration, very well thought out, scientifically tested, no doubt. JOMIPSA, they make some of the best rations in the world, so the money and the research that they put into something like this, it's years of tried and true testing. So this was a Spanish Armed Forces Individual Emergency Ration. Huge thanks again to Carlos off MRE Info for making this possible in that trade, and very good chance it'll be available at MRE Mountain, I'm hoping, because it's definitely worth checking out. If you can get your hands on one of these, and even maybe socking away in your vehicle or your rucksack, hopefully you won't ever actually need it. Well anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video. I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya.